So the generational curse seems to continue after Chrisean Rock announced that she is pregnant once again for the fourth time with BlueFace, but this time she has decided to keep the baby. Before we get into things, I want to introduce myself. I am B Taylor TV. Welcome to my channel. We are going to do an analysis and breakdown of this very situation. I'm not going to talk about the obvious. I am going to talk about what their relationship will look like bringing a baby into this situation, because there's a lot of people who seems to think that this baby is going to be the savior of her and their relationship. And it's far from being delusional, okay? First of all, I want to show you guys the video of Chrisean Rock announcing that she is pregnant. So we're going to go ahead and play that video right quick. And right after, I'm going to show you how BlueFace reacted when his baby mama, his high school sweetheart, announced her second pregnancy. I want you to look at the difference, okay?
Okay. When you're pregnant, do you hear a heartbeat or it'd be too early to hear one?
Hold on 1 second. I'll come talk to you in 1 second.
Okay. Cause I hope I hear 3. Say 2. Emotions are crazy. They just took my blood pressure and stuff like that. And the only reason I feel like I'm so overwhelmed right now is because I'm deciding to keep it, obviously. Family. And we're gonna have the big baby shower. So yeah, pray for me. What's that? And then yeah, we're gonna do this ultrasound. Hopefully, it's 3 heartbeats. Please, I want 3 kids. All right, 2. I want either twins or triplets. Fun fact, because that's how many I killed.
And tell him when he said he felt like I switched over on him. I didn't switch over. All I want is him to love you. I just had flashbacks.
Oh. What the heck is this? You're pregnant?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I did. Good. I knew it. And I was right. You know what that means?
No.
Get a little brother or sister.
I do, brother.
You want a brother? Okay.
What about mine?
So they had an interview with No Jumper about a few days ago, and things got real hectic. And I'm just going to go ahead and play you guys the video so y'all can go ahead and see how that all went down.
She off that Hennessy, man.
Take her outside. There's nothing to talk about.
There's nothing to talk, like, all that's gonna do is add fuel to the f***ing fire.
No! No!
I gotta take you. I gotta take you.
Come here! Hey, come here, bro! What are you like? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Blue! What are you doing that for?
Josh, don't worry. Whatever it is, it's good. Hey, Josh, how's the camera? How's the TV? Is it good?
That's gonna be
It
viral.
broke.
So this happened about 5 days ago where Chrisean Rock tweeted, "It's like when we beef, we big beefing for nothing." Then BlueFace says, "I've been treating all the wrong B's right." And she goes, "Stop tweeting." 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Long as my cup full, I'ma keep sipping, see through it. I don't gotta do the spiteful-ish back and forth. Sleep it off and face it tomorrow. All is well. I just know I'm up next and I'm bringing your ass with me. She seems to have a real bad habit of leveraging her weight with BlueFace, and he is struggling financially with his career, and so Rock knows that, and the only leverage that she has in his life, and she knows this, is that he's using her, that he needs her financially, right? He needs her financially. So her thing is that she's going to throw that up anytime he second guesses their relationship, anytime he just wants to distance himself and walk away from her. She throws it up that he needs her, that she's the one that's the star, and that she's bringing him with her because he is suffering financially with his, and also with his career, because the domestic violence, come on guys, people and sponsors and businesses, they don't want to be tied with anybody who is involved in that. It's not a good image. If you were a business owner, you wouldn't want to work with these people either. It's just not a good look overall. So she, on day 3, she tweets, "Hey Blue, take your best shot. All this pain inside this bottle. Take your best shot. Haters throw stones, hide they hands. I'm the best. Rock. I remember once upon a time, it was all right, all fine. I was when you rock, I'll slide. It was I'ma love you till you die." So then she tweets a heartbreak emoji. She goes, "All this tweeting about a baby mama is just so weird. Stop trying to make me mad. Clearly, the issue say ain't really bothering me. It's just making you look vulnerable for the wrong reasons." And he said, "I'm so glad I got one baby mama and she a good one." So she retweeted that and got pissed, right? And she was like, "Yeah, me too. I ain't gotta be stuck with the N-word for no dumb reason because of the baby. If you don't get out your feelings, let's continue to get this money, or what's going back and forth for." But that doesn't make any sense, because she definitely did feel some type of way, because now she's pregnant after having about several abortions. To be specific, she's had 3 abortions, and now she is pregnant, and she's like, I'm going to keep this one. So if you want to praise your baby mama, okay, I'll become the better version of the baby mama. I'll be the baby mama that gets money. I'll be the baby mama that doesn't need you. I'll be the baby mama that you don't have to depend on. So a man will say the evilest ish, little do he know God will make everything better. So she's like going back and forth, right? She's tweeted some very disturbing tweets, and on social media, saying that she was wanting to delete herself and end her life, that life is getting hard. She's going back and forth. So this No Jumper interview comes out, and everybody got to see the side of Rock that, she was triggered. She was triggered, and she basically told him, if I'm triggered, you as my man is responsible to calm me down. Now, ladies, as much as we love Rock, as much as we cheer her on, as much as we want to see the best of her, we can hold her accountable in love. We don't have to be as harsh as the world has been to her. We understand that the world has been hard, but as long as we keep enabling this woman, we're going to lead her to a path of destruction. Okay. So I can say that for a fact, it is not up to anybody to control your triggers but you. And I had to learn that the hard way, because I was just like Rock in a way. I would blame people for my triggers and then blame them for my reaction. Well, if you would never did this, I would never did that. If you didn't do this, I wouldn't do that. Until I grew into an adult and realized that I lost a lot of relationships and friendships in my life because of my triggers. I've gotten myself in situations and arguments and fights because of my triggers and my reaction, because those are things that only I can control. I can't control what other people do, but I can control what I do and how I respond. There's power in how you respond. It's so much easier as a human and part of our human nature and a part of our flesh to respond out of anger than actually have self-control and not give your power to that person. That's why a lot of people can't do it. If it was that easy, everyone would be able to do it. That's why there's so much violence in this world, domestic violence, all types of things in this world because it's so much easier to go off. It's so much easier to react. But there's so much power in not reacting. You're talking about a person who also suffered from anger issues. I had terrible anger issues, but deeply inside, it wasn't anger. It was just a lot of pain, and it was a lot of built up pain until it exploded when I was triggered. So going back to Chrisean Rock, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys watch her story that she posted. I think it was about Friday night. She posted this video basically at the hospital. And I'm going to go ahead and play this for you guys.
Okay.
When you're pregnant, do you hear a heartbeat or it'd be too early to hear one?
Hold on 1 second. I'll come talk to you in 1 second.
Okay.
Here, come take it.
Because I hope I hear 3. Say no, 2. Emotions are crazy. They just took my blood pressure and stuff like that. And the only reason I feel like I'm so overwhelmed right now is because I'm deciding to keep it, obviously. Family. And we're gonna have the big baby shower. So yeah, pray for me. What's that? And then yeah, we're gonna do this ultrasound. Hopefully, it's 3 heartbeats. Please, I want 3 kids. All right, 2. I want either twins or triplets. Fun fact, because that's how many I killed.
And tell him when he said I thought he felt like I switched over on him. I didn't switch over. All I want is him to love you. I just had flashbacks.
So basically, she is at the hospital and she confirmed, I guess they confirmed at the hospital that she is pregnant. And she's saying that she hopes that she has 3 heartbeats. And y'all, we're going to take a deep dive into that because she's saying 3 for a reason. 3 is a special number for her because that's how many abortions she has had since being with Blue. That is how many abortions, how many babies that she may have wanted to keep, but because he didn't want to, and because he persuaded her not to keep it for whatever reasons, or whatever, I mean, we all kind of know some of the reasons because we've seen it on display and the whole world can see the relationship is very dysfunctional, but he keeps being irresponsible, knowing damn well he does not want this woman to be the mother of his child. He knows something's wrong with her. He knows that she's mentally off. He does not want a baby with this woman. Do you know what type of responsibility and ties that he will have for her for the rest of his life and what type of turmoil she will cause between the rift of his children that he has now? Rock is in la la land. She thinks a baby, she literally was speaking saying, you know, we're going to have this baby. We're going to be together. We're going to do another TV show. Rock, by then, people are not going to care, especially if a child is involved. If a child is involved and you guys are still being dysfunctional, people are going to be disgusted. It's entertaining for a lot of people now because y'all are young and dumb. But once a baby comes into play, people stop giving you the mercy because they stop looking at you like a little girl and they start looking at you like a mother. And as a mother myself, I can speak on this, okay? And let me just say something. As much as people say, oh my God, this is going to be a disaster, I am hoping, as a mother, I know the powerful impact a child can have on a woman. Okay. Some women don't get it. Some women, I can't speak for those women, but what I can do is speak for the women like me. I was very young and dumb and wild. I was partying. I was drinking. I was being irresponsible with me and my then boyfriend at the time when I was around Rock's age. I was exactly around her age when I got pregnant with my first child. And guess what? I didn't realize how reckless and irresponsible I was until I had to stop drinking because I was pregnant. And one of the things that I feel like Chrisean Rock is suffering from is that she is seeing blue in the goggle, in the, beer goggle eyes, where she is not seeing him with a sober mind. She's always high and she's always drunk. When you become pregnant, you have to put the alcohol and the drugs down. Obviously, if you want the child, you're going to put it down. Okay? So, when you start to see them for who they really are without the lens of alcohol, you start to get a distaste of how they really are and how they really feel about you. Babies do not make relationships better. I can tell you that as being a mother, that they bring so many challenges to a weak foundation. Actually, they just lift the foundation up and tear it down and destroy it. Okay, point blank, period. Children are not the problem, but when you add a child, it's no longer time to focus on you and him anymore. It's all about the child. It's all about nurturing. Your hormones are out of whack. You're not feeling like yourself. It's a big transition from only caring of yourself. And one thing we can say, and one thing I've been following Chrisean Rock for a while now, from Baddie South to BlueFace and Rock, Love Story on Zeus. And let me tell you one thing that everyone has said is that she's very childlike, and she operates like a child. She don't clean up after herself. She's not responsible, as in, she's not responsible with her money. She's not responsible as in drinking and, all this other stuff. And she has a lot of rage inside of her. Therefore, she's a child having a child because she's stuck in a childlike mentality. So she's going to have to do a lot of growing up. But one thing I can say is I'm on the fence of it because I feel like a generational curse is going to continue to happen, as in you guys are worried about the smallest thing about single motherhood. How about a baby being raised by a woman that's traumatized and unhealed? My child, when I became a mother, I wanted to do better. I wanted to be better. I didn't want to be better for myself because at the time, I didn't see myself as worthy of having better. Let's start there. There's a lot of women walking around who don't see themselves as worthy enough to move on from that toxic relationship. They don't see themselves as worthy of getting better. They have such low self-esteem, such low self-worth, that they don't see themselves as being better for anybody. But when a child is inside of you, that something just clicks. It's like a light switch. It just clicks inside of your head. And as many emotions as you go through, right? Something just turns on in your brain. Like the day that I gave birth to my child, the one thing that I desired most is just for the baby to live. It was just my responsibility to nurture and care and give my child the best thing possible, which was breast milk and everything organic. And even when I didn't have it, I just made a way for it to happen. I had to make sure that my child needed everything that it needed, and it needed me. I did not even sleep for the first 4 months of when he was born. I literally would wake up every hour for 4 months straight at night. I never got sleep. I was hallucinating. That's how much motherhood changes you. So for Chrisean, this may be the light switch that she needs. And I hate to say it like that because men are never going to understand how much motherhood changes you mentally. There's something that goes on scientifically with your brain when you become a mother. Would I advocate for it? No, I would rather her be a healed mother because during her healing process, she can also harm her child. Now, I want to go back to the abortion because this is what happens when a woman who actually wants to keep her baby and is attached to her babies, go ahead and go and get that done. You can do whatever you want to do with your body, but when you're doing something unwillingly and you're being pressured and manipulated to do it, it will never sit right with you. It will never sit right with you. I'm not talking about the women who are for sure know for a fact that there's no way they have no attachments to that child. Because even when I found out I was pregnant, I had no attachments. I didn't say, oh my God, I love it, and I don't even know it. I just said, you know what? I don't feel right about this, and I want to, it's my baby. I may not love you. I may not know you. You're like a little strange thing inside of my body, but I want you. I really do. I had no desire to do anything else but to keep my child. So I couldn't even imagine being in a situation where you would want to keep your child and a man is pressuring you and manipulating you to go ahead and get this deletion done, right? So that's why she's saying 3 heartbeats, because she's prayed. First of all, when that whole process of that being done, people really undermine it. Men undermine it because they never went through it. They never go through it. But I really think that every man should sit down and watch a documentary of how abortion process go and the abortion process after. Okay, I think they all should do it because they think it's just a simple walk in and walk out, and it's not. It's traumatizing for a lot of women, and a lot of women are not open enough to talk about that. So Rock, I think it never sat well, and I think she sent her baby's souls and spirits to God and said, they're going to come back to me. That's why she thinks she has 3 heartbeats, because she believes that they're going to come back to her, because she never wanted them to leave her anyway. She wants those babies to come back to make up for when she did go through those processes. You just can't. And now how irresponsible, knowing that this girl is not mentally well, for Blue to keep engaging in having sex with her unprotected and keep making a baby, because that's what they were doing when you're having unprotected sex and then you're, doing the do inside of each other. You know that results into a baby. He knows how it works. He has 2 kids. He knows exactly how it works. So now he's reaping the repercussions of that. And what Blue is doing now is he is denying the child. He's denying the pregnancy, saying that Rock has been with 10 different. I mean, come on now. If you're pulling the old bummy Pookie Ray Ray card on the internet, it's, come on now. You're talking about she's been with 10 different men, but you still stayed with her. You still had intimacy with her. And now all of a sudden, when you're done with her and she says that she's pregnant, all of a sudden it's not yours. Sir, get a grip, okay? Get a grip, okay? We all know that it's yours. This girl is crazy about you. We wish she moved on with somebody else, but she didn't. We wish it was somebody else, but it's not. It's yours. Okay. And he is going to, one thing that, ladies, if a man treats his baby mama one way, what makes you special? If he can treat the woman that he gave birth to like trash, how do you think he's going to treat you when you get pregnant? You're the new girl. You're the fun girl. You're the girl that he doesn't have to have any responsibilities with. So therefore, he's going to be a certain way with you than he is with the woman that he has kids with. But I know one girl that I knew, and she said she was with a guy and she helped him be a better dad and all this other stuff and got him taking care of his kids. And so when she got pregnant and had his kid and they end up breaking up, she said he did the same thing to her as he did with the first baby mama. And I asked her, I said, what made you think that he wouldn't do it to you? She goes, I was being dumb. I thought I was different. Ladies, no matter how much you put it on them, no matter how much the guac 3000 you do, no matter how much finer or prettier or how much your hair is longer or whatever, or how much fit you are, it doesn't make you better than the next woman, especially when the man is trash. If you see him treating the mother of his children one way, you're next. Because men like that, for some reason, they get turned off once you become the mother of their child. Tristan Thompson is the perfect example. Once he knocks you up and gets you pregnant, he starts treating... No, you know what? Not Tristan Thompson. I'm going to go back and take that back. I'm going to say Because Tristan Thompson is on another level. I'm going to say Future. Future can ride with you and like you and everything else. But as soon as he knock you up and get you pregnant, he's going to toss you and throw you away like trash. You're no longer useful for him. You're just a baby mama at this point. Now he even devalues you. You would think that a man who gave you a child would value you more. Some trash men out there will actually look at you as less than because you had the baby. Because now you're just a baby mama. And he didn't even want to marry you. So therefore, Rock is going to get a reality dose and actually see Blue how the world sees him. Okay? And let's talk about the Jumper interview before we wrap things up. The Jumper interview, okay? She was triggered because he insinuated that she was the one who started the fight, knowing that he beat her ass, okay? Let's start there. She said, you know why I hit you. She didn't hit him with a glass Hennessy bottle. She hit him with a glass cup. And she said, you know why I hit you because I didn't hit you first. But Blue is on a tour to make himself look better and to gain his image back by making Rock look bad. So if he can have Rock look like the crazy person instead of him looking like the bad person, because that's what women have done. They have villainized Blue, although he is a villain. But Rock has a part in it too. This is not a 16-year-old girl. She is 25, 24 years old. She's old enough. She's a grown woman. She's not even, I think she's 25 or 20. She could be 20. I think she's 24. She's not even 18. She's grown. And now, if God does open her womb and bless her womb with a baby, that baby, I pray that it changes her for the better. Usually boys do. Maybe the love that she's looking for, God can give it to her in her belly, and she will actually look at the baby more important and be obsessed with her baby and heal. Because believe it or not, some women may need to become mothers to learn. Because when you have no self-worth, sometimes becoming a mother makes you be better. I know so many women who became better for their children because they couldn't do it for themselves. They didn't see themselves as worthy enough to get better. So all in all, I can say is that two things can happen. She's going to have this baby and grow up. And her career, when you have a baby, your career gets put on hold. So I think she thinks that she's going to be Beyonce or something, but even Beyonce is sitting down somewhere, okay? It takes a lot of your body you can't be in the club every night. You can't be partying every night. Even Rihanna has taken a break. You have not really seen her. She comes out sometime with her and her man. You're not Rihanna, boo-boo. Rihanna worked her ass off to get to where she is now. You're not Rihanna. You have not established a career to rest. This is grind time for you. And now you're going to have to sit your ass down and be pregnant. And it takes a lot out of you and opportunities. You can't travel here and there and there and there and do this. No, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to be enrolling your child into school and, teaching them and cooking for them and spending time with them, playing with them, reading them a book, teaching them sign language, doing all these things and making sure, taking them to doctor's appointments. Kids get sick. Like, you're not going to be out in the club drinking and having fun. She can, I hope that she does not be a bad mother. That's all I'm going to say on that part. Blue, I can tell you for a fact, is not sticking around. She will never get this fairy tale wedding that she wants to have with Blue. It's not going to happen. So if you ladies think that you're rooting for Blue and Chrisean Rock to work out because you are in a toxic relationship, I'm telling you, history always repeats itself. I've never seen a situation like that turn into a better situation. It's doomed from the beginning. She's going to be a single mom. he's not going to want to have nothing to do with her. Or he's going to once he realizes she's going to keep the baby, he's going to get with her to manipulate her to get rid of it. He's going to tell her whatever he has to tell her for her to get rid of it. And that's how you'll know if he has real control, because if she gets rid of it when he comes back, that's how you know he has that full control. But if she says, no, I don't care what you say, I'm keeping it, that's her waking up. That's her taking control of her life and herself. So I want to know your thoughts below. I want to know your comments below, and join me in the comment section for a discussion. How do you feel about her having a baby? I think babies are blessings, but this is just a very scary situation for this child to be in. But I've seen people turn around for motherhood, but I also seen people repeat the same generational curse. And I just pray that she doesn't become her mother and get an addiction issue and mistreat her child. What are your thoughts below? I just would love to hear what you have to say about this all. Thanks guys for joining. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out to put me into the algorithm. Hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Bye.